Yes, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Football Philosophy Podcast. I'm here with Lombe.
Yes, what's going on, guys?
Yes, Moose.
What's going on, mate?
Trey.
Yes, yours truly, Trey. I'm here.
Yeah. So today, guys, you know what we're doing here. So we're going to be ranking the top 5 managers of all time. Yeah? This is not
a hard one.
It's not an easy topic, yeah?
Trust me.
What should I start?
Yeah, might as well.
Are we giving our lists? Are we giving lists individually? Or are we going one by one?
Score one by one. Yeah, quick one.
Yeah.
Top.
Who's your top
Starting
5?
from
Top 5?
fifth or top?
Yeah, start from 5, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, yeah. By the way, I have to give the laws for how I'm gonna judge this, right?
Alright.
I don't think there's a right or wrong answer when it comes to managers, especially the top ones, because it's just down to how they can coach their group of players, and there's 11 of them, so each coach has got different mixes. But I'm just going on it at which manager do I think can work with any top player and get them at their best, right? For me, the best I've ever seen at that is probably Alex Ferguson. So I'm going to put him at 1. But then at 2, I'm doing this in my lifetime.
Yeah,
like,
no,
I'm not gonna lie, I can't cap and say that I saw Lippi and whatnot, yeah, at their best. But so I'm gonna go Fergie at the top. I'm probably gonna say working with anybody, and at the top maybe Ancelotti.
Number 2? Okay.
It's definitely an honourable mention for sure.
Number 3, between Mourinho and Guardiola. That is a tough one, because unfortunately Mourinho's has really died down. So, but I'm in his prime. It's a different animal to what we're seeing now, and it's a shame. But I'm gonna say. Ooh. I'll give it to Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
Because technically he's at his best when there's top players, and his system is almost unimplementable in my opinion. Same with Mourinho though. I don't know. They can't operate without the top players. But who can operate better without top players? Is that even a question that you need to answer? I don't know. Mourinho and Pep battle it out for 4th.
Let me ask you a quick question. Has Mourinho adapted to the new generation of football?
No, because I don't think, weirdly, I don't think his coaching is a problem. It's him. Like the way you're going about it, you can implement your tactics. Like essentially, if his tactics is like Chris Wilder or something like that, but on a world-class level, he's just not transmitting it so that it works, so that the players get it. He hasn't adjusted himself, but it's like your methods ain't outdated though. You're just you are just failing at communicating your methods at this point.
Yeah. No, I could agree with that still.
So it's like 3rd and 4th, Pep Guardiola and Mourinho can fight out for. Then I'll probably put 5th. It's a hard one.
Alright, so there's a name that you're forgetting maybe?
I know there's a name I'm forgetting, I just don't know who it is. Conte!
Nah.
I thought he was going to say Wenger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Wenger.
Yeah.
Top 5?
Yeah, actually. That's a shout, but based on the... You know what, yeah. I'll put Wenger at 5, because I think this is one of them opinions that I just keep in the back of my mind and I don't say out loud, because I know it will literally gasoline the room, right? But Wenger, he really could have worked with so much better players and gotten so much more from his career, especially from the Emirates era onwards. But he didn't. But it's his ability to work with any single player that even kept him up there, and got the likes of Bentner getting top 4.
Yeah, no, it's
Shamak.
true. And then without Wenger,
Shamak, you know.
without like Wenger coming into England and changing the game,
Mm.
then Ferguson wouldn't have to change his game to up the levels as well. Because if you
Yeah.
think about it,
That's true.
Wenger and Ferguson, their rivalry pushed each other. Do you know what I mean? Without
And in between that is Mourinho and Guardiola, who
Yeah.
pushed each other, but
Yeah.
from different angles,
yeah,
from different teams around the world. But then Ancelotti is just in his own island in between that.
he's in his own lane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, that's my top 5.
Yeah. Your top 5 seems interesting, I'm not gonna lie, bruv. Like, you got Ferguson first, then Ancelotti, which was quite a surprise to me. Then you put what? Pep, Mourinho,
Pep and Mourinho, 3rd and 4th, but I'm not sure which.
Arsene Wenger.
They're like tied. I should almost have an extra pick for that. It's one of them things.
Yeah. No, it looks good. It looks good. There's trophies there. There's a clear player style, and the players that they've all worked with, world class players, all these managers. So yeah, interesting.
Those guys have basically shaped the last. I'm 28 now, so those have shaped the last probably 20 years of football. Apart from a few others as well, shavings around that. But it's literally last decade in particular, and last 15 years, let's say, them guys.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, absolutely. Moose, should we go to you next?
Yeah, so at number 5, I've gone with Ancelotti, obviously winning the league title in Italy, England, France, Germany, and three Champions Leagues. 2 with Milan, 1 with Madrid.
Yes.
The trophies speak for themselves there, so I've gone with him at 5. Then in terms of, I've gone for the 2 legacy managers, so I've got CRUYFF in at 4. Obviously that craft from Ajax and Barcelona, he implemented a style of play, and that's why he's in the top 5 for me. And the same with number 3, ARRIGO SACCHI, so the Milan domination wouldn't have taken place if it wasn't for him, so he's in at 3. Then 2, we've gone with Sir Alex Ferguson, obviously unbelievable manager, all these trophies, Champions Leagues, multiple Premier Leagues. The way people speak about him, he's definitely in the top 2 for me. The only reason why I've gone for Marcello Lippi at 1 is because he's won the Champions League and the World Cup and was a role model for Sir Alex, so his teams were obviously... So Alex, if you're looking up to Lippi, he must be a spectacular manager. So I've gone for that as my top 5.
top 5, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a madness.
Yeah, it's mad.
Who was number 5 again, sorry?
Ancelotti.
Yeah,
That's a good
Yeah,
choice.
that is
yeah,
crazy,
so that's
man.
a stiff 5.
So clearly you don't have Pep or Mourinho.
Not for
In there.
me.
Why not?
I just think these 5 are slightly ahead in terms of their careers, what they've achieved. So that's why I've gone for these 5. I wouldn't be putting Mourinho in there anyway, though. Don't rate him.
Yeah. Well, like Lombe was saying, what about like prime Mourinho when he was
Yeah,
first
I mean-
getting started?
He has done amazing things, but I don't really enjoy the style of play from Mourinho. It's just a personal one there, really.
It's effective though.
Yeah, it can be
Ha!
effective,
When
definitely.
he had it running, it was annoying. It was like piercing.
But nowadays, you've got to look at him and realise
Yeah,
the last
yeah.
3-4 clubs he got sacked within a year. So we're seeing him now.
And
sliding.
your 4th, who was it?
4th, we had, I think it was Johan CRUYFF. Yeah,
Oh,
Johan
yeah,
CRUYFF
yeah.
for his legacies.
Yeah, and then Arrigo Sacchi.
Yeah.
Number 2, Sir Alex Ferguson. Number
Yeah.
1, Marcello Lippi.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. Very, very interesting, I have to say. I've got a feeling that Troy is gonna go a little bit different to that.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, the 2 sort of sets of lists are tremendous, I'm not gonna lie. And that's a debatable argument, of course, for Lippi and Sir Alex Ferguson. Lippi's obviously done the big one and Ferguson hasn't done it. But for me, obviously my top 5 is slightly different, but there's significance behind it. So number 5, I've got Johan Cruyff. His legacy still is with Pep Guardiola, who now is dominating at Man City. What he's done at Ajax and Barcelona is just a different level in terms of this philosophy. You know, this word philosophy that Van Gaal sort of put across in the English media. This comes from CRUYFF. CRUYFF actually instilled this philosophy in Barcelona. Think about it. He's from Holland, Amsterdam, comes to another country, and that whole philosophy of building from youths and having a style of play that not only you're winning games but you're exciting the crowds. This is Johan Cruyff, so it's just a proud moment for him to have a stadium named after him. So for me, that's number 5. And number 4, I've actually gone with ARRIGO SACCHI. Obviously, because he's just done an incredible job with this Milan team. Just dominance, like what Moose said, is amazing. Ruud Gullit, Van Basten, you know, Ancelotti obviously was a part of that team as well.
Yeah,
and look at the way they dominated Europe and Serie A. Beast.
Goat team.
Quality.
Like, if you want to look at, if any young viewers are watching this podcast, if you want to look at a proper team, look at the 80s Milan team, and you would know what his football's about. Yep. So number 3, I've actually gone with a different one. This is a sort of different spin. Obviously, I'm wearing the United tee, so it makes sense why I'm wearing. I'm going to mention this person, Sir Matt Busby, because for me, he lost his. You know, he lost the whole team due to the Germany accident, the Munich air crash, of course. And before that, he was building a team that was potentially gonna win the European title at the time. But obviously, it didn't happen. Crash happened, but he was still able to rebuild his team. And then following a few years later, that's when we obviously dominate Europe and become champions. And for me, without that philosophy, Man United wouldn't be Manchester United, what we're known for today. So obviously, RIP to the Busby Babes. Without them, obviously, United won't be who we are today in terms of that. So that's my number 3. Number 2, sorry Moose, but I've gone for Lippi as number 2. Look,
Of course.
for me, he's obviously done the big one. He's won the World Cup. He's been very successful in his career, of course. But for me, Ferguson, the reason why he's number 1 is the longevity of what he's done for the game. The fact that he's been able to build teams after teams in different generations, knowing how to adapt, going with the times and still competing at the top. For me, you got to give it to this man, Ferguson. He's done an excellent job to build this excellent team. So number 1, Ferguson for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fair play, man. I wouldn't expect anything less from the Man United.
Got to show him, by the way. Love it.
Well, to be fair, Lombe's gone with him. He's not a United fan.
Yeah, of course, he's a great manager.
Yeah, he is.
I wouldn't argue it. No.
Imagine, basically, Alex Ferguson was that guy where I'm thinking, Wenger's such a great coach, but this guy's just still hanging on. I don't get it.
Trust.
We've got a better player there, we've got a better player there, but for some reason they always come out on top.
The guy's got grit, man. Even if you look at his story right now, he had surgery. He thought he was going to lose his memory. Do you know what I mean? His memory of everything that he achieved, and he was able to overcome that.
Yeah.
So the guy's just got grit, man, and he was able to instill that never give up attitude in his teams.
Yeah, I agree with you. But
Yeah,
my top 5, I agree with your number 1. First of all, that goes without saying. You know, I'm gonna start from the top here. So when I think about managers, I only think about, first of all, I put trophies to a side. I don't even consider that. I think about, how do you coach a player? How do you come across to the fans? Do you speak well to the fans? Do you engage with the players? Do you how is your communication? How are you as a human being? Yeah. So number 5, I've gone with Bielsa, because I believe that Bielsa has. If you look at the players that he coached when he was younger, and you look at them now, they're all coaches basically. And that tells you a lot about his playing style, his philosophy, and the fact that he always used to bring up players to be coaches. Yeah, so
it's revolutionary.
Yeah,
absolutely revolutionary.
Last of a dying breed.com. That's true.
Absolutely, and then you just see how much he's dedicated to the game. You know, the love that he has for the game.
Yeah.
and not only that, if you look, I was listening to, I was watching the documentary, you know, the Prime documentary for Leeds. And he was saying that when they told him about this job, the day that he had the interview with them, he watched like the whole season of Leeds United in just one game, in one day. The whole season of Leeds United, whatever games that they played, he just rewatched it so that he prepares himself for the Leeds job. But he doesn't even need to prepare himself for that Leeds interview. You see what I mean? Like he's Bielsa, he's bigger than Leeds, but he loves the game and he takes it way too serious. You know.
Look at what he's doing.
Look what he's doing right now.
Those young boys there, Leeds.
The way, you know what? He's so different because you just see him in the touchline. Obviously, he's not really good at speaking English, but you can just hear him just communicating with his players.
And I love it.
And he just crouches down in his style of the way he does. Like he's a great person. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
Doesn't
care. I think I need to speak English.
You see, these smaller teams, when you look at them, like you're thinking, like either they're playing for survival, or they play for nothing. Because basically, from 10th, I would say, to the team that finished 20th, they don't play for anything apart from survival or staying in the Premier League. But you look at Leeds, they come up this season and they play entertaining football and they stay in the Premier League. Whereas when teams come into the Premier League, they have to either defend so that they can at least stay in the Premier League, like West Brom tried to do, or they play expansive football and they get relegated like Fulham tried to do years ago. But Leeds have done it like both ways.
As well,
and Blackpool as well, They were fun to watch.
Charlie
Leeds,
Adam, I remember.
It's mad.
Andy Southall moved to Liverpool, didn't it?
Yeah, he did,
Mad.
He scored a free kick against United in that last day of the season.
I
remember that.
Scored a couple as well.
Mad.
So like Leeds United fans are having the perfect season for any mid-table teams. Like you got the entertainment, and you got a style, and your team is surviving in the Premier League, or more than surviving. So number 5, I've gone with him, Bielsa. Number 4, I've gone with Ancelotti. Again, this was hard for me because I couldn't leave out Arsene Wenger because of what he's done for the English football. I believe that he had an amazing impact on the league, just in general. Like there wouldn't be Mourinho without Arsene Wenger. There wouldn't even be Alex Ferguson winning the treble without the challenge from Arsene Wenger. So like Trey was saying, and Lombe was mentioned earlier as well, they pushed each other to make each other better. So I've gone with Ancelotti number 4, but only because I believe that Ancelotti was able to do it in the Serie A literally at the hardest time, and worked with so many world-class players, rebuilt teams, and won the Champions League 3 times. So
as a player, whenever he gets appointed, you must be so happy to see him. Like, my gosh!
As a player as well,
Ancelotti.
I think he's one of those. He's just a light.
He's Mr. Nice, isn't it?
He's a light.
Yeah. But Arsene Wenger, it's hard to leave him out of this list, but I had to go with Ancelotti. Number 3, it was either a choice of Lippi, Pep, or Mourinho, and I didn't know where to go with these 3 because the other 2 managers that I'm going to mention, I believe they had way more of an impact than Pep Guardiola and Mourinho and Lippi. But Muz actually convinced me on this one, Lippi. I wasn't sure about him before. To win the Champions League is one thing, but to win
the World Cup, ridiculous.
Yeah, with the Italy team, that was like there was so much civil things going on. Like it's like a civil war. Like players not liking each other, and he got them all playing together, and he wins them the World Cup in the most unlucky way. Like come on, like so. Nobody expected Italy to win that World Cup. So you have to give him credit for that.
But that team though, Abdi, I'm not going to lie, that Italian team that won the World Cup, if you just look at the squad, excellent team. Del Piero, Inzaghi, players,
now you look
Cannavaro.
back, you see the excellent team there, but really we were 5th or 6th favourite. Even England were more of a favourite than us. Brazil, there's loads of France.
Just like Italy are, innit? Most
dark
of
horse.
The time.
The dark horse.
That's always Italy. There's never been a tournament where you come from. Even 2006. After you won it, you look at it and you think, look at that team. But before,
how was the moment like when you won it?
That was alright.
How did you feel? He must be gassed.
He was alright.
Must be gassed.
It's great.
I would have called my teacher and said, look, Italy's won the World Cup, I'm staying home today.
The week I'm
You
gone.
know me, man. As long as France don't win it, or I'm alright, whoever wins it, man. I just don't want France to win it, you know, because it's not France, by the way. It's Africa. Africa is playing the World Cup, so they can. I don't care about France at all. But yeah, I was happy to see France lifting that trophy, you know, definitely. So yeah, but then you look at Pep and Mourinho. I don't want to talk too much about these guys, but you know, Pep did so many things, and he's still doing amazing things. But come on, man, I just want to, maybe in a few years' time, when I see more players that he coached becoming football coaches, maybe I'll appreciate him more now in the future. But I just want to see him go to like somewhere like AC Milan and rebuilding his club, rebuilding a club like that. Like, you know how Klopp has done with Liverpool. Liverpool was nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
he's got it easy out at Man City, to be honest.
But then again, you know what? That would be a little bit unfair for me to say. It's like saying being at the top of your job, like your normal job, and then someone saying to you, go find a job with a lower pay, more hours, long shifts, and just to prove that you're good at your job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so it's hard, but I have to go with Lippi, and then I'll see maybe after Pep, you know, retires, maybe in 5 years, 10 years, maybe I'll change my mind. But Mourinho, I
reckon he's got a Spain job in him at any point in his career.
Yeah, international.
I would respect him so much if he gets that job and he doesn't go to.
I'd love that would be the first one. I'll be like, yeah, I love it.
I think they will one day.
They will one
That
day.
would be sick.
I could really see him being Spain manager one day.
Yeah.
Why not?
That'll be a big job.
You'd have Fati and what's his name?
Oh my days.
What's the other kid? Petri.
Adama Traore, you know.
Yeah, Traore. Get the oil, mate.
It's mad.
So yeah, that's my number 3 there. So Bielsa, Ancelotti, Lippi, and number 2, you know, I had to go with Arrigo Sacchi. I do believe that man had he defined a period of football in that time. You know, that AC Milan team that won back-to-back European Cups. The way he just revolutionized the game, and the way he just came out of nowhere, like, you know, from, was it Serie B or Serie C, something like that.
Yeah.
You know, coming up against the mighty AC Milan at that time and just taking them on and knocking them out of the competition. Was it twice in 1 year? You know, that's when Berlusconi fell in love with him and he just said,
it's true. And even don't forget what his team did to Real Madrid as well back in the days in that version Champions League back then. That Milan team just...
They beat Real Madrid 5-0 in the semis, then they beat Barcelona 4-0. The Barcelona with Romario, Stoichkov up front. So they weren't bad either.
They weren't bad, trust me.
Yeah, what I like about, you know, coaches like Sacchi and Bielsa is they make the players work hard. They make them earn their money, you know.
Exactly.
They make them earn their money, bro. So I like Sacchi, man, but right now I don't like him as a pundit. That's a story for another day.
I like them, man. This is what I'm saying. Like, Mourinho is in the old mode, like those managers, but he's just not communicating. If he was like Bielsa, he had that flexibility about his personality. He'll still be up. He'll be.
But the thing is, he did have that, but he lost it somehow through winning.
Maybe it was
arrogance,
Spain,
right?
It's when he started getting fed up with the media in all of these countries.
But the media has nothing to do with the players.
Yeah, no, but he
you
started
see
like
the relationship that he always had with Terry and Lampard and them lot, It was like a father figure or like a friend figure, you know. But he was humble back then. For him to, but now he feels like the players are below him. This is not a player of my level. I coach that player and that player, so I can't work with you. So if you look show, I have to think for you because I worked with Kiev or something like that, who I didn't have to think for.
No, it's definitely adapting.
Kivu.
Kivu, I just feel that Mourinho just hasn't really adapted with managing players of this generation, because back then he had Lampard, he had Drogba, these type of players where you tell them something to do, they're doing it without question, whereas players nowadays are not built that way. Some players you gotta put your arm around them and be like, look, I believe in you, you can do it, just perform. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Mourinho's not that type of character.
He needs the titans.
He needs it, he needs the titans.
The funny thing is he's got a degree in psychology, so you would expect him to know about emotional support and all of these things, but hey man, maybe every manager has an era. And maybe Pep Guardiola's era is about to finish now, where he's at his prime or his best. You never know.
But
if
smack
Pep,
bang in his era, like if we notice, right?
if
the
Pep,
Champions
yeah,
League-
if
sorry.
Pep, imagine if Pep is still at the top of the game
Mm.
in 10 years time. You have to rate him then, innit?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it would have to be at Man City. Because right now, especially in the COVID market, notice all the Champions League finalists, like in the last four, all been the richest clubs in the world. Like
Yeah.
Man City,
Yes.
Chelsea, what's
Yeah.
the other one?
Real,
PSG,
yeah,
and
PSG, Real, yeah,
Real.
yeah.
All the richest clubs, and if not, it's probably going to be Man U next year or whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's like,
That's how football is going, isn't it? But
so right now, we're right in the element that suits Pep.
Yeah.
We're right smack bang there. Tuchel's been operating at that level with PSG as well.
Yeah.
Back-to-back Champions League finals.
yeah.
With two sides of
So Ferguson number
expensive
one.
money.
I mean, it goes without saying, really.
Yeah.
Mr. Alex Ferguson, I think Trey, talked about him extensively, brilliantly, I would say. Yes, Ferguson is the reason why I watch football, honestly. It's the reason why I fell in love with the game. Just that winning mentality, just never die, never give up, and just unbelievable, unbelievable manager.
And
have to
it
give
just goes back to your point as well about how Bielsa he's produced managers. Think about the managers that Ferguson's produced essentially in his lifetime. Even one of his captains, Steve Bruce, manager of the month this month. So, do you know what I mean? That's a product of Ferguson. Is crazy.
It's typical Steve Bruce, isn't it? It's one of them, like, you just just write him off and he's back. Even if he's done.
He's got the grit. He's got the grit, man. He can keep up with it.
So that's my top 5. But I mean, is there a name that's been coming back twice? So Ferguson,
Well,
coming back
shout
twice. Lippi.
Yeah.
No, if we can, I want to see if we can agree on 5.
Oh.
Yeah, Ferguson, Lippi, Ancelotti, Sacchi.
Yeah.
Sacchi,
Yeah, we agree on those 4, yeah.
That 4 definitely.
Yeah.
And Bielsa 5 or Arsene Wenger? Oh, Terabadoni, you said who?
No, I had
Cruyff. Me and
Oh,
Trey
Cruyff,
both
yeah.
said Cruyff.
Yeah, no, I have to say Cruyff,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the 5 of
Yeah,
doom.
Cruyff.
So number 5, Cruyff.
Yeah.
Number 4, Ancelotti.
Ancelotti.
Number 3,
Say
Sacchi?
Sacchi.
number 2, Lippi.
2, Lippi.
Yeah,
And then
Lippi.
Ferguson.
Yeah.
Okay then. There you go. That's our list of all the best
time.
managers of all time.
You know what? It was harder to do. Trust me.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was smooth doing in the show, but wait,
Army. Isn't it? That's an army of
it's an army of managers there.
managers.
I mean, we haven't talked about Van Gaal. We haven't talked about
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Shout out.
Shout out to
yeah,
Capello.
Terabadoni, Del Bosque,
Capello, yeah.
Capello,
Del Bosque, yeah.
Sven.
Sven, yeah, you got to throw him in there. Yeah, you got to throw him in.
Arteta.
I'll take
Love it.
Dreaming.
He's
One of the greatest
Yeah,
managers of all
assistant
time.
manager of best.
26 games in FA Cup.
Yes, so
Pep Guardiola will be giving him a call.
Won a domestic treble last year, mate.
how do you mean talking?
Love it.
Yes, so guys, make sure that you like and subscribe.
Bless
Until
him.
next time, take care.